I've written the full script below in a reusable writing block format. Have you ever heard of a billionaire who had everything money could buy, yet couldn't find the one thing her heart truly wanted? And have you ever imagined a struggling single dad becoming the last person anyone expected to change her life forever? This story begins with a simple request, but it ends with a choice that shocked everyone. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment below. Tell us where you're watching from and what kindness means to you. Welcome to Kindness Paradise, where heartwarming stories remind us that even the smallest act of kindness can change a life. Sophia Bennett was one of the richest women in America. At just 38 years old, she had built a technology company worth billions of dollars. Her face appeared on magazine covers. She owned luxury homes, private jets, and everything most people only dreamed about. But every evening, when the business meetings ended and the lights in her penthouse grew quiet, Sophia felt something money could never fix. She felt lonely. One afternoon, after another failed relationship, Sophia sat in her office staring out at the city skyline. Across from her sat Ethan Parker, a single father who worked as a community outreach coordinator for one of her charitable foundations. Unlike most people around Sophia, Ethan always spoke honestly. He wasn't impressed by her wealth, and he never treated her differently because she was famous. Sophia sighed. "Ethan, I need your help." He smiled. "With what?" "Find me a husband." Ethan nearly dropped his coffee. "A husband?" Sophia laughed. "Yes. You've always been a good judge of character. Introduce me to someone kind, honest, and trustworthy." Ethan shook his head. "That's a lot of pressure." "Please," Sophia said. "I'm serious." After thinking for a moment, Ethan agreed. Over the next several months, Ethan introduced Sophia to 7 different men. The first was a successful lawyer. He seemed perfect at first, but during dinner he spent more time talking about Sophia's fortune than about her dreams. The second was a handsome entrepreneur. Sophia quickly discovered he cared more about publicity than people. The third man constantly bragged about himself. The fourth secretly hoped Sophia would invest in his failing business. The fifth was charming in public but rude to waiters and employees. The sixth wanted a trophy wife. The seventh seemed promising until Sophia learned he had been dishonest about important parts of his life. Each time another relationship failed, Sophia felt more discouraged. One evening, she called Ethan. "I think maybe I'm asking for too much." Ethan smiled gently. "No. You're asking for the right things." "What if that person doesn't exist?" "He exists," Ethan said. "Sometimes the best people are simply harder to notice." Weeks later, Sophia attended a charity event organized by Ethan. The event helped struggling families, single parents, and children in need. While guests mingled inside the ballroom, Sophia noticed Ethan quietly slipping away. Curious, she followed him. Outside, she saw him kneeling beside an elderly homeless man. Ethan handed him food, a warm blanket, and a pair of new shoes. The man smiled with tears in his eyes. Sophia watched from a distance. There were no cameras, no reporters, no social media posts, just genuine kindness. That night, Sophia couldn't stop thinking about what she had seen. The next few weeks, she began paying closer attention to Ethan. She noticed how he remembered employees' birthdays, how he checked on coworkers when they were struggling, how he volunteered at shelters after work, how he somehow balanced raising his young daughter, Lily, while still helping everyone around him. One afternoon, Sophia visited a community center unexpectedly. She found Ethan helping children with homework. His daughter sat beside him, drawing pictures. The room was full of laughter. When Ethan noticed Sophia, he looked surprised. "What are you doing here?" She smiled. "I wanted to see what kindness looks like when nobody is watching." Ethan laughed softly. The more Sophia learned about him, the more she admired him. Yet she kept pushing those feelings aside. After all, Ethan was the person helping her find a husband. Surely he couldn't be the answer. Months passed. Then one evening, Lily became seriously ill. Ethan spent several nights at the hospital by her side. When Sophia heard the news, she immediately came to help. She brought meals. She arranged transportation. She sat with Ethan during long, difficult hours. For the first time, Ethan allowed someone to see how exhausted he truly felt. One night in the hospital waiting room, he looked at Sophia. You don't have to keep doing this. She smiled. Yes, I do. Why? Sophia thought carefully before answering. Because you've spent years helping everyone else. Someone should help you too. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Ethan quietly said, "Thank you." Weeks later, Lily recovered. The experience changed something between Sophia and Ethan. Their conversations became deeper. Their friendship became stronger. And slowly, both began feeling something neither expected. One Saturday afternoon, Ethan and Lily visited Sophia's home. The three spent hours talking, laughing, and sharing stories. As Sophia watched Ethan helping Lily build a small birdhouse in the garden, her heart finally understood what her mind had been avoiding. The man she had been searching for was standing right in front of her. That evening, she made a decision. The next day, Sophia invited Ethan to dinner. He assumed they were discussing charity projects. Instead, after dessert, Sophia looked directly at him. "Ethan, can I ask you something?" "Of course." She smiled nervously. "You introduced me to 7 men." He laughed. "Unfortunately, yes. They were all wrong." "I'm sorry." "Don't be." Ethan looked confused. Sophia took a deep breath. The right man was never one of them. Silence filled the room. Then realization appeared on Ethan's face. "Sophia, I asked you to find me a husband," she said softly. "But somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't looking for someone wealthy, powerful, or impressive." Her eyes filled with tears. "I was looking for someone kind." Ethan sat speechless. "And after meeting 7 different men," Sophia continued, "I chose you." For a moment, neither moved. Then Ethan smiled. The kind of smile that comes from deep within the heart. "You know," he said softly, "I think I chose you a long time ago." Years later, people still talked about the billionaire who asked a single dad to find her a husband. Most were shocked by how the story ended. But Sophia wasn't. Because she had finally learned something priceless. Kindness reveals a person's true value. Money fades. Beauty changes. Success comes and goes. But a kind heart remains. Sophia and Ethan built a life together centered on helping others. And wherever they went, they reminded people that the greatest treasures are not found in bank accounts or luxury homes. They are found in compassion, generosity, and love. So if this story touched your heart, remember this. The kindest person in your life may not be the most powerful, the most successful, or the most famous. Sometimes, the person worth choosing is simply the one who chooses kindness every single day. And when we lead with kindness, we often discover that the greatest blessings arrive when we least expect them. Sure, here is a different, more detailed prompt you can use to generate a unique version of the story while keeping the same title and emotional style. Write a 1,000-word emotional storytelling video script in plain English for a United States audience on the topic of kindness. Story title: A female billionaire asked a single dad to find her a husband. After 7 men, she chose him. Requirements: create a completely original story with this title. Do not copy common plots or previously generated versions. Begin with a powerful emotional hook in 1 to 2 short paragraphs that immediately creates curiosity, suspense, and an emotional connection. After the hook, include a short call to action asking viewers to subscribe, like, and comment, and mention the channel name Kindness Paradise. Write the entire script as a narrator-only story. Do not use character names as dialogue labels. Do not use screenplay formatting. Use simple, natural English that is easy for everyone to understand. The story should take place in the United States and feel realistic, emotional, and inspiring. Focus heavily on kindness, humility, compassion, family values, and emotional growth. The female billionaire should be successful but lonely, secretly searching for genuine love rather than wealth or status. The single dad should be hardworking, kind-hearted, and devoted to raising his child despite financial struggles. The billionaire asks the single dad to help her find the perfect husband. He introduces her to 7 different men over time. Each man should fail for a different reason, revealing that kindness and character matter more than success or appearance. Through the process, the billionaire gradually notices the single dad's quiet acts of kindness towards strangers, co-workers, his child, and people in need. Include emotional scenes that make viewers feel connected to both characters. Build slow romantic tension naturally without making it the main focus at first. Add at least one emotional challenge or crisis that brings them closer together. Create a heartwarming turning point where the billionaire realizes she has been looking for the right man in the wrong places. End with the billionaire choosing the single dad instead of any of the 7 candidates. The ending should be emotional, satisfying, and uplifting. Finish with a powerful life lesson about kindness, love, and seeing the true value in people. Use vivid narration, emotional storytelling, and smooth transitions. Write in paragraph format only, with no bullet points, no headings, and no chapter titles. Keep the total length close to 1,000 words. Make the audience feel inspired to practice kindness in their own lives after the story ends.